Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! Seconds from game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead! Behind the screen, Harper got a piece of it, it comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship. Tying run at second, 2 out, Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it, and to the middle of the 15, to the 20, breaks free of the 25, to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the post, 20, 15, Hester 5.
For the 3rd time in 6 seasons, it's one goal team. The Chicago Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup. A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it toward Rizzo. It's in time, and the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. Apologize for the late start today for the moving of the time till 2:30 and then the late start. Just got back. I had to pick up the warden from her sister's house. Crazy, and I had to fight traffic getting back. So I appreciate you guys hanging in there, my peoples. And man, I appreciate it. I see all the shit talking starting already, baby. That's all right. Listen, if you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're doing us on Facebook, what? Go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real, come on, go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's the little bell next to it, and that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, you can also tweet the show. Tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online, want to know what I did? Let me tell you what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at the Shawn Sierra. Man, we got a great show, but I need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching us on, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up in a thread. We'll put it up on the screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best, well, today afternoon, sports talk show, Chicago sports talk show around, and that's you. So bring them all, baby. Questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody's skirt over here. Like The Rock said, baby, don't sing it. Just bring it. Let's see. Let's check out what we got. Black Diamond checking in early this morning. Says, go Cubs, go. Top of the morning. Go Cubs, go. Had to smack y'all back to reality after Friday's fluke. Hey, you didn't win that game. We lost that game yesterday. Okay? And we're going to talk about that too. So if I were you, I'd be a little worried if I were you. All right? I'd be a little worried. You came out with the W. I'll give you that. No credit taken from there. But there are 3 plays or 4 things that changed the course of that game. It's all right. My man Armando Emeterio Lara Jr., he's talking his shit. He's saying Cubs take 2 out of 3. Yeah. Michelle Walls, what up on a House Music Monday afternoon? SuperBack and trash talking Cub fans. Yeah, they get to talk all that. They get to talk that shit. That's okay. That's okay. Penny Larry checking in, says, what up? Happy human House Music Monday, everyone. Ain't that the truth? I just got in. I'm picking up the warden. Oh, my God, it was crazy. You know, I'll talk about my little Chicago Dogs hat. I was excited. Oh, afternoon, Theo, Shawn, and everybody. Jeremiah, good morning, mijo. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Black Diamond double dots at top of the afternoon. Go Cubs, go. Had to smack y'all back to reality after Friday's fluke. That wasn't a fluke, baby. That was not a fluke. We jumped all over your ace and just jumped all over him, baby. That was it. Hey, Michelle, what's up, Papa? Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. We're all words SuperBack. No, I'm good. It's just I just had to pick up Mom's, and it took a lot longer than I expected because she was at her sister's house. I had an appointment this morning that I couldn't change, which is why I changed the time of the show today to 2:30. And then when I went to go pick her up, she wasn't ready, and blah, 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 a whole bunch of craziness. But anyway, that's all right. Typical trash talking Cub fan. That's all right. They got a big, big, big series starting tonight. Hopefully for them, they can keep that trash talking up. All right, because I'm not talking to you, Siri. Siri jumping in my conversations over here. What's all that about? Hopefully you can keep it up because the team has been hot. One of the hottest teams in baseball. The Cubs are going up to their place to deal with them. Don't make my White Sox win, the Cubs lose. My guy Junior knows you're getting that ice cube. You're getting that meme, that GIF. Today was a good day. See what you're doing. See what you're doing now. You got the guys who've been chasing you. You got a chance to distance yourself a little bit from them. See what you can do. I mean, let's be honest. Your Sox are a much inferior team. You got a whole bunch of guys, and you saw by the mistakes that they made, the simple mistakes. Okay, the Cubs are a better team right now. There's no question about it. They're not even in the same category. For them to do that to you on Friday, and then should have beat you again yesterday, if it wasn't for those mental mistakes, man. Had you lost on those without us having those mental mistakes, and you lost 2 out of 3 to us, so count your blessings. It goes in a W in the win column, but I'm telling you what, you're not playing good baseball right now. You needed the help of 3 mishaps from a last place team to win. So, congratulations, enjoy it. You took the season series 5-1. It's okay. The one thing I will say about my White Sox, they are getting better. They are improving, despite the fact what you saw yesterday. You have no idea how pissed I was in watching that game yesterday. You're right, Michonne. Sox have little margin for error, he says. I agree. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to dive deep into that. Junior says the Cubs are not playing good baseball. No, they're not. And hopefully that you guys it doesn't get exposed tonight, when you go north of the cheese curtain and you play these, the first place, the team you're tied with for first place. Man, Rick Gonzalez checking in. What's up, Popeye? Says proud to be a Sox fan, but more importantly, FGB. I couldn't agree more, baby. The fight that they had, and you know what? No excuses, man. No excuses. We have young guys who made mistakes. That's it. The rundown, the infield fly rule, bad throw, mistakes. These happen. You beat us. I told you, I'm not taking anything away from you. It goes in your okay. Just know that because we're young, we made some mistakes yesterday, and that hurt us. That hurt us. So I'm not saying it wasn't a fluke. Just saying, bro. Sox are right there. The Sox are right there. How do you explain? That was in the 8th inning, the rundown. It was 4-1. 4-1 in the 8th inning when the run-on happened. He gets awarded home 5-1. We hit the 3-run homer. Without that mistake, it's 4-4. That's all. We're just a young team, and we're making mistakes. That's all it is. Not an excuse. We're making mistakes. And it's frustrating as all get out. Okay, but that's what young teams go through. And that's what we're going through right now. So good luck today, because the team you're playing today won't be making those mistakes. So I'm just saying. We got some Sky basketball to talk. We got some Bulls basketball to talk. And then we got some Bears football to discuss because I'm fired up. Yeah. I'm excited. Rick says, starting to see improvement. Yes, it's noticeable. They can't take away Friday's game. No, they can't, because they laid a smackdown on the Cubs' candy ass. Most fun I had watching a Sox game in a minute. Then he finishes with FGB. Oh, man. I love it, Rick. I love it. But you're right. We're starting to see improvement. I know. Take away yesterday's game. You're starting to see improvement. Hell, even I'm excited to go to a game now. Okay? I don't have to go back to the Dogs, the Chicago Dogs, although that was fun last week. I went to the Chicago Dogs game. That was fun. But now I can go to the big boys and go to the show and see my good guys. And I'll be happy about it. So we got a whole bunch to talk, man. So like our old Uncle Hawk Harrelson used to say, sit back, relax, and strap it down. We got a lot to talk about. So let's get it cracking, baby. Let's get it cracking. Guys, you know how we do the first segment of every show. It's called Top of the Morning.
He won't come just when you want it. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
First top of the morning topic. It's the only way to go. Only place to start. The only place. Cubs. The Scrubs beat the White Sox in the rubber match of their series 5-4 yesterday over on the south side. Ben Brown got the start for the Northsiders. He got the win. He's 5-7. He went 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 4 Ks. PCA, a nice day at the office for that young man. 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. 27th and 28th of the season. Driving in 2 ribbies. His 75th and 76th on the campaign. Nico Horner was 2 for 3 with an RBI, his 42nd of the season. Matt Shaw was 1 for 4 with a double, his 13th of the season, driving in his 25th ribby of the year. Staying with the Cubs go north of the Cheese Curtain tonight to face the Brewers. First pitch is at 6:40 p.m. You can catch that game on the Marquee Network or listen to it on their flagship station, 6:70 a.m. The probables for today's game for the Northsiders. Matthew Boyd is on the bump. He's 11-3 with a 2.20 ERA going up against the Miz. Jacob Mizorowski for the Brewers, who's 4-1 with a 2.45 ERA. Let's talk about the White Sox. The White Sox had too many mistakes to take the rubber match yesterday. Too many mistakes. No, it wasn't. I was about to say Michael Taylor. Oh my goodness, that was funny. But this is the thing that I really was pissed about. I'm not a big fan of this opener shit. I'm really not. All right, I'm really, really not. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. You know, Grant Taylor got the start. He was the opener. He gave up 2 runs in the first inning. Those 2 runs, bam. See the mistakes we made? I mean, it was crazy. I hate this opener shit. You mean you don't have the physical capability of starting a game? Or is that mentally? Is that what the issue is? You can't. I don't understand. Someone help me understand, because I find it crazy. Rick says, love how you slide into the Scrubs every time you say Cubs. FGB. Just a slip of the tongue. That's all it is. Too many mistakes by the Southsiders. And with the talent level that you have, you do not have any room for error. As Shawn said, we don't. You made too many errors, and a better team beat you. A more talented and a better team beat you. You had them on the ropes. You had them. But Nimolo. All right, Grant Taylor, he got the start. He got the loss. He's 0-2. Pitched the first inning, gave up 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 punch outs. Sean Burke came in. He was dealing, baby. He was 4 2/3, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 free pass, 8 punch outs. And the man of the day, man 50 grand, was Andrew Benintendi. He was 2 for 4 with 2 homers, his 12th and 13th on the campaign. It was crazy. He hit one in the first and hit one. And he drove in all 4 RBIs yesterday for the good guys. All right, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Yes, it's called an opener now. Rick says, I've never heard of that. Question mark. So a guy starts the first inning for the starter? Yes. It's called an opener. Go figure. You can't start your own goddamn game? You can't? Yeah. And he's in for just the first inning. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. When did this start? Why? I just don't know. Rick says that's wild. ASF FGB. I know, man. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. But no rest for the weary. The White Sox, they welcome the Phils, the Philadelphia Phillies, to Rate Field today for 3 games. First pitch today is at 6:40 p.m. You can catch that game on Chicago Sports Network or listen to it on their flagship station, ESPN 1000. That's 1000 a.m. The probables for tonight's game for the Phillies: Christopher Sanchez is on the bump. He's 9-2 with a 2.50 ERA, going up against Davis Martin, who's on the bump for the good guys. He's 2-8 with a 3.89 ERA. Now, here's what the White Sox got to do. They got cooled off by the Cubs pitching the last 2 games, and that's what's going to happen. You get good pitching, although we jumped on their best pitcher, Shota, on Friday. We jumped on him early. Anyway, they got to get back on track. They have to get back on track. The White Sox need to do that. They were the hottest team in baseball coming out of the All-Star break, and the Cubs threw some water on that flame. Threw some water on it. Philadelphia's coming in with a they lost. They won a game losing streak. They came in. They lost yesterday. But they're 60-45. In the last 10 games, they're 6-4. All right, just like our White Sox are 6-4 in the last 10 games. And some of that goes back to the All-Star break because we were 5-1 after the All-Star break. But you got to get it turned around today. Mashawn says it's not the first time Sox star. No, I know they've and other teams. It's not only the White Sox who do it. Other teams have started with openers, and I have no idea. Wow, I have no idea how that came about. Sounds stupid as hell to me, but what the hell do I know? Moving on to the next top of the morning topic. Girls, man, rough one. Chicago Sky yesterday falls to Indiana Fever 93-58. This game was held at the United Center. Neither Angel Reese for the Sky or Caitlin Clark for the Fever played. So needless to say, the intensity wasn't where it needed to be, at least for Sky. All right, it was a rough one. All right, Rachel Banham led the way for the girls. She dropped 26. Kia Nurse 14 points, and King Booker World's future ex-wife Camila Cardoso had a nice first half, but she finished up the game 12 points, 12 rebounds. She had 12.7 rebounds in the first half, then went scoreless, took 1 shot in the second half, and grabbed 5 rebounds. So she got to make her presence felt both halves of the game. So, and she's going up against Aaliyah. She was going up against Aaliyah Boston, a former college teammate. Remember when Aaliyah was a Player of the Year? Camila Cardoso was coming off the bench. So here's a chance to well, in the first half she did. She made her presence felt. And then what happened was the Indiana Fever started pushing her out and making her get the ball away from the block, getting the ball higher where she was a lot less effective, or she couldn't just one or two dribbles turn and shoot. And that frustrated her. So now this is the development of Camila Cardoso. So now she has to be able to put the ball on the floor, or move without the ball. Keep moving without the ball, because when you move, they got to move with you. When I move, you move, just like that. When I move, you move, just like that. And you got to keep moving. If you want a spot, run in a circle. Get back to that spot. All right, if they're trying to push you out, okay, keep moving. Go in a loop, go in a big loop. Okay, come out, set a screen, but get back to your spot. That's coaching. It's coaching. You got to let her know. This is what we do. This is what our coaching is. Tyler Marsh is not doing a good enough job, or either that, or she's not doing a good enough job of listening when they tell her. Because if they're forcing you out, cool. Keep moving. Let them trail you until you're able to get back to your spot. So if you come up to the free throw line, they got to follow you. Come up to the free throw line, head to the sideline, come back down to the baseline, get right back into the blocks. All right, this is grammar school basketball. If they're pushing you out, move. Make them chase you till you get to your spot, then you hold your spot. But right now they don't have a point guard, they don't have a dead-eye three-point shooter, they don't have their emotional leader in Angel Reese, the leading rebounder in Angel Reese. They don't have that grittiness, that toughness with Angel Reese. She's out. So that hurts. That hurts them big time. They just don't seem to be in flow. Everything seems to be clunky. Everything seems to be not efficient. There you go. Nothing they do is efficient. And that, to me, is bothersome. That is really, really bothersome to me. All right? As a former coach, as a former player, and especially as a coach, I liked when things ran efficiently. Okay? You have to run things efficiently. And with many of my teams, that's what we got. That was the point we got to. Get them to run efficiently. Defensively, as a defensive coordinator, okay? As a running backs coach, I wanted things run efficiently. And that's what this guy is not doing. They are not running. They are not moving in an efficient manner. And we've seen it happen sometimes. Wow, I forgot who they were playing. Was it the Lynx, the Minnesota Lynx, a couple of games ago? Well, man, they blew them out. They were up 30 or 40 points, something like that. At one point, the ball was moving smoothly, crisp passes, cutting to the basket, good passes to the inside when people are moving or cutting. Easy layups. That was the best I had seen this guy in a long, long time. And they stopped. Rick says, what basketball team in Chicago is going to get the head out of their ass first? The Sky or the Bulls? That, my friend, is $1 million question. That is the $1 million question. We don't know. Patty, you ain't lying. Hashtag coaching matters. Roberto Ramirez checking in. What's up, Papa? How are you? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Coaching matters. It's vital. Stick with this guy. They traveled to the nation's capital, D.C., to face the Washington Mystics tomorrow. That tip-off is at 6:30 p.m. Central Time, and you can catch that game on the U, Channel 26, the U, here in the Chicagoland area. If you're not in the Chicagoland area, we probably won't get it. Roberto Ramirez's good series this past weekend. Yeah, it was a really good series. Really good series. Sox came out on the short end of the stick, but it was a good series. Cannot complain. Speaking of, Bulls head coach Billy Donovan signs an extension. Terms were not disclosed. All right, Donovan is 195 and 205 in his 5 seasons with the Bulls. He's made the playoffs once in these 5 years. He made the play-in a couple of years in a row. But the playoffs, was it time? Was it time for extension? I don't know. You know what? I don't think he did anything to deserve the extension, but I'm a big Billy Donovan fan. I think you know what? I take that back because I was about to say something, but that would prove that he deserved the extension. Like, think of the stuff that you gave him. You gave him, you throw DeMar on him, you throw Zach on him. All right, he's got to make that work. You throw him Lonzo, then Lonzo gets hurt for 2 years. Okay, he's keeping that things together, keeping that team together with duct tape, electric tape, super glue. Patrick Williams, like part of it falls on Billy, like the coach can't unlock him. Part of it falls on Patrick. You can't unlock yourself. You don't have the mental capacity to be better. You don't have that drive. I don't know. You've seen development with some people. You've seen development with Ayo. You've seen development with Kobe White. You saw the development with Matas. We've seen development with some of the other guys, with Julian Phillips giving some quality minutes. Dalen Terry stepping in, giving some quality minutes. Not a lot of quality minutes, but some. A lot more than he was before. He was just like a cheerleader. He seemed like a giddy little schoolgirl out there. Now he's playing defense, handing the passing lane, blocking shots, running the floor, hitting a key 3 every once in a while. So we've seen development of everybody except Patrick Williams. Everybody except Patrick Williams. So I understand the reasoning for it. I don't know if I agree with it. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we're going to have more conversation. We're going to talk a little more baseball. All right, so don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago.
Operator 901, where's the emergency?
127 Brynmere.
Okay, what's going on there?
I'd like to order a pizza for delivery.
Ma'am, you've reached 911. This is an emergency line.
Large with half pepperoni, half mushroom.
You've called 911. This is an emergency line.
Do you know how long it'll be?
Okay, ma'am, is everything okay over there? Do you have an emergency or not?
Yes.
And you're unable to talk because...
Right.
Is there someone in the room with you? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like I have an officer about a mile from your location. Are there any weapons in your house?
No.
Can you stay on the phone with me?
No. See you soon. Thank you.
Every day, we take steps to keep the people we love safe, but some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, my mask up. You don't know who I am. Whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American airman kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
No, I don't know though. I'm scared. I mean, you're
Do you know that you're in my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
Men at first and second with just one away, and cleanup man Pete Crow Armstrong due up.
Grounds that third base, second base hit. Trickles down the line. Tucker scores. Here comes Seiya. No throw. PCA wide turnaround second. Stays there. 2-run double. It is 2-0 Cubs.
Well, you talk about a thing of beauty. It's a little shank ground ball on the breaking pitch.
Is Ian Happ.
Pete off, and he takes third. No move, no throw, and Pete Crow Armstrong with the stolen base.
Once he got the 2 strikes, Montgomery then moves over to the hole. Pete just
closer to that 100 strikeout threshold, and a sky-high pop-up. Nico lets it hit him. They'll fire to third.
Wow, smart baseball / dumb.
Welcome back to ShawnSierraSports and Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of the Marquee Network. Those are the Northsiders taking the rubber match of the series of the Crosstown Classic this weekend, 5-4. That was one of the big mistakes the White Sox had made. Miguel Vargas. It wasn't Vargas. It was Caro. No, who's the? It wasn't it? It was. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Now I can't even think of the young man who it was. Talking Carroll, Tio Sosa. Sosa. Sosa, that's what it was. It's bad baseball. All right, bad baseball. And they've been good for a while. And the one thing that I said why they were doing well was they're fundamentally sound. They were fundamentally sound, and that went to hell the last 2 games. That went to hell. You cannot let a team that is more talented than you and all out better than you, cannot give them extra outs. You cannot make mistakes. And that's what the Sox did. That's what the Sox did. And this is what happened. These are the mental mistakes. These 3 things screwed it up.
So here is Ian Happ.
Pete off, and he takes third. No move, no throw, and Pete Crow Armstrong with the stolen base.
Once he got the 2 strikes, Montgomery then moves over to the hole. Pete just
one of those intra-squad fall games.
The third underneath the glove of Montgomery and into left field. Nico speeding around second, gets to third. And it's first and third for the Cubs here in the second.
That's an E5 on the rookie Montgomery. Came up as a short.
Closer to that 100 strikeout threshold. And a sky-high pop-up. Nico lets it hit him. The fire to third.
Wow, smart baseball / dumb baseball by the Sox.
Fly call to be announced and then let it drop. That's a beautiful play by the Cubs. Heads up play by Nico, and that ends the third.
It's baseball 101. You learn it in Little League. You don't run on a drop pop-up with men on first and second.
Red hot Matt Shaw do up.
Shaw takes it away, throw back to first. And now we have trouble. Nico racing back, now the runner has home. Here's the throw, it's high. And now Ian Happ is in a pickle. Here's chaos. Ball hits Ian Happ. There's a collision, and Happ is ruled that he's going to score. It's interference, and it's 5-1 Cubs. Oh, baby.
How about that? Montgomery, not a lot of experience at third base. You cannot stand in the baseline there and obstruct the base runner's ability to get to the base.
Ian Happ lowering his shoulder.
Those are the mistakes. Okay? And that was the 8th inning. It was 4-1. You saw that. It was 4-1. They got the extra run, made it 5-1. Benintendi came up, hit a 3-run homer, made it 5-4. That would have tied the game. That would have tied the game. The momentum would have been on our side. The fans would have been rocking. Okay, then the rundown. That was a great play by, I think that was Horner, who was caught off first. The thing he did is he sprinted pretty close to second. He sprinted almost to second. Miguel Vargas kind of was running at him. No, you have to sprint to him so you know he's not coming back. Where he doesn't have enough time to stop and start. So what he did is he redid that first. He got almost all the way to second, and Vargas is like, I'm throwing the ball, no. And when the ball's in the air, that's when he was able to come back. That was one thing. The second part, he threw it home, and the same thing with the catcher. He's running back to third, and the catcher's kind of jogging. You do not jog. You have to sprint. Sprint. So he sees you're sprinting. He has to go sprint back. And once he starts to sprint back, that's when you throw the ball, catch it, tag, he's out. And Colson Montgomery, you heard him say he's not comfortable or familiar with playing third base. You can't stand in the baseline if you do not have the ball. It's a good call by the ump, and that gave him the insurance run, the game-deciding run is what it gave him. All because of fundamentals. And Steve-O didn't put one on. There was a base hit where they sent, I forgot who they sent. It might have been Horner. Chase Mydrop gets the cutoff throw perfectly, turns around, had plenty of time. Hurry to throw, the throw's offline. Chase Mydrop, I think it's Horner, slides in for a run. These are things that fundamentally sound baseball teams don't do. And we had been fundamentally sound up until yesterday. Michonne Wallace says that rundown was poorly executed. To say the least, Michonne. To say the least. And this is what I mean, Black Diamond, when you almost lost. Mistakes on our part cost us. Cost us. That rundown cost us. The running on the infield fly rule cost us. Yeah, Benintendi coming up. What are you doing? Chase Mydrop rushing, not taking his time to get the ball home. If he just throws he doesn't even need a rocket to home plate. Just throw the ball on a solid line to home plate. The catcher's waiting for the runner tagged out. And then you started it off with the damn opener. I hate that. That's stupid. That's freaking stupid. You have an opener just for the first inning? Just so the guy can just to take the edge off? Grow a pair of nuts. Grow some balls, let your balls drop, take the ball and start the game. Take the ball to start the game. You're a starting pitcher, take the ball to start the game. What the hell is this opening bullshit? It irks me the wrong way. Get off my lawn, Shawn, yes, but God bless it. You don't have the physical makeup, you don't have the mental capacity to start the game. You could get anxious. Is that what it is? You get nervous? Then don't play baseball. Simple. Don't play baseball. Or don't be a starter. There's a crazy idea. Now you they bring you in. We'll let a guy start the game for you, then you pick up where he left off. What kind of nonsense is that? It's ridiculous. And the fact that you're playing into this bullshit is even more ridiculous. But then again, look at the organization. No, it's not ridiculous. It's not far-fetched at all. At all. From the opener, giving up 2 runs to the bad relay throw home from Chase Mydroff to the bad base running play from Lenin Sosa to the jacked up rundown by the whole infield. That was the game. Those 5 plays. 4 plays, 5 plays. And hadn't I been saying the Sox have been playing fundamentally sound baseball? Haven't I been saying that for the last 2 or 3 weeks? Last month and a half? They're playing good, solid, fundamental baseball. That went out the window yesterday. That went out the window. And it's frustrating because you had them. You had them, and now you're seeing that there's no margin for error. There's no margin for error with this team. You're good enough to beat good teams. The Cubs are a good team. As much as I hate them and their fan base, they are a good team. They got the best record in the National League. Give respect when respect is due. They have the best record, they're tied for the best record with the Brewers in the National League. They had the best record in the National League for a while. They're a really good team. And the Sox had them on the ropes. Or you had them and let them get away. Did stuff and shot yourself in the foot. So I'm not upset. Because some of these things should have been taught and learned in Little League. How to conduct a rundown. What to do on an infield fly rule. You don't move. You stay on the base. That's it. You stay on the base. Batters out. Runners run at their own risk. It's what the ump says as soon as the ball pops up in the infield. Infield fly rule, batters out. Runners run at your own risk. What's said? Stay in the bag. And then Mydroff trying to get that ball home. And here's where inexperience takes in because he wanted the quick throw. And it was offline. Now, had you taken your time, if you hustled instead of hurried, there's a big difference. I would say hustle, but don't hurry. Hustle, but don't hurry. If you got the ball, turn around, and literally just threw a dart. Not even a fastball, a laser, a rocket, just a dart home. It would have been plenty. There would have been plenty of time. The catcher would have been waiting at home plate for the runner. But he hurried the throw, which made it off the mark, allowed him to score. We're going to get better. And that is a learning experience. You make dumb mistakes as a young team trying to find its way. The Cubs got back at you on Saturday. Okay, so they're probably, a lot of the guys are probably trying to do a little too much, trying to ensure they win the game and win the series. But you got to be under control at all times. You got to chill. You have more time than you think. Is that what was said? Yep, it just came across the wire. Thank you, sir. Cubs lockdown Jets. Chicago and the longtime executive have agreed to a multi-year extension. Okay, Cub fans, here you go. This game just came across the wire. This is from Patrick Mooney from The Athletic. Chicago Cubs have agreed to a multi-year extension with longtime head executive Jed Hoyer, according to a team source. Hoyer took over as the team general manager in 2011 and replaced Steve Epstein as president of baseball operations in 2020. He's one of MLB's longest tenured front office executives. Cubs are currently tied with the Milwaukee Brewers for first place in NL Central with a 62-43 record. More to come on the show. Yep. So there you go, guys. You got your guy. You got the decision maker. You have your decision maker back in the fold, agreeing to an extension. So, good news for you. Now the Cubs cannot play down to the level of their competition. I would expect them to come out focused today. This is a battle for first place. They're both tied. Just told you their record. They're both tied. Best record in the National League. They're tied atop the NL Central. All right. Your lineup is one of the best in baseball. 1 through 9. 1 through 9. They need a showing today. Cornelius, resident Cub fan, says, I don't like it. He hasn't won anything since Theo left. Okay. But you also they tore that team down. Got rid of Riz. They got rid of everybody. Like a 5-year span. Like a 5-year span, all those guys were gone. Addison Russell was gone. He was gone early. Chris Bryant was gone. Anthony Rizzo was gone. Javi Baez was gone. He had to make up and put something on the field when all those guys were gone. And I don't know what the hell happened and why that team fell from grace so fast. They went to 3 straight National League Championship Series. They went to 3 straight NLCSs. Fell from grace. The Cubs need better. They need to be focused, and the Cubs need better pitch. They need starting pitching. They need help. Justin Steele out for the year. They need help. So the trade deadline is Thursday. What are they going to do? Everybody is anticipating a move. You've seen some other people move, but there really been no starting pitchers being moved to this point. Maybe the Major League Baseball, the teams are waiting for that first domino to fall. Who's going to make that first transaction? Who's going to trade for that first starting pitcher? Yeah, Cornelius, I don't know if he's passed on him. When you're not given the funds and you're not given the okay to go after him, you can't go after him. You can't, Cornelius, you can't just go, well, I'm going to go get Juan Soto. That has to be approved by the owner, the owners. If they're saying nope, then nope. If they don't want you to get into the sweepstakes of it, you can't get into the sweepstakes of a player. You can't do it. So it's not Jed Hoyer that's missed. It's passed on players. It's the owners. It's the people signing the checks. There's a hierarchy. You know that in sports, especially professional sports. There's a hierarchy. Whatever he said, whatever the owner says goes. Manager is underneath the general manager. The general manager is underneath the president or the president of player operations. And he's under the owner. So you got to go up. You got to go up the ladder. So it's not like Jed said, "No, I'm not going to do it." He has to get the okay, and then with the okay, he's got to get a number. You're only allowed to give X amount. That's all we're allotting for this particular player. So it's not Jed. It's not Jed. I mean, I understand what you're saying, Cornelius, but it's not Jed. I think the Cubs need a starter. I still think Matt Shaw's done well in the last few games. Well, that's why we don't win. Ricketts don't care about winning anymore. You got to remember, it's a business. It's a business. They have their World Series ring. They got it. They got it. They still have a budget that they have to deal with. And I get it. Why wouldn't you just spend $1 billion? You spent $1 billion on the renovation of Wrigley, building your hotels, buying all those damn rooftops in left and right fields. You spent over $1 billion to put into that neighborhood, into the organization. And you won't spend it on players? That's interesting. Because you understand this is why I make fun of Cub fans. Because they know they're going to go regardless. Get them to the playoffs, boom, they're there. You're right. So they can rest on their laurels for another 108 years. Yeah, you're right. They don't give a shit. As long as that stadium's packed, they're happy. As long as that stadium packed and those rooftops in left and right field are packed and people are staying at the hotel across the street, they're happy. They are happy. That means they're making more money, more money, more money. They're no different than the Bulls, than Reinsdorf. I shouldn't say that. They'll spend more than Reinsdorf, but the bottom line is money. Arturas Karnisovas told you they're happy with you. Why? Because they keep asses in the seats. We get them to the play-in. So we're playing in the postseason. People get excited, and they still want to come. The experience is good. You don't think the experience at Wrigley's good? Tell the 38,000 that fill it every God-blessed game. They've sold you the experience. And people are buying it. It's the sizzle versus the substance. And I can't even say there's not a lot of substance. You traded for Kyle Tucker, King Tuck, in the hopes of trying to re-sign him. You put together a good squad. You put together a squad that is in contention for the World Series. At least the National League pennant. You've got a squad that can win the pennant. You do. That can represent the National League in the World Series. You have a squad that can do that. So I can't even say they're resting on their laurels. They put together a good team. Now, how long is this good team how long is this run going to be? That is to be determined. Do you sign King Tuck? You sign Kyle Tucker back. And if you do, you're opening up the pockets book big time. You're going deep in your pockets. He started at $600 million. $600 million is where he's starting. Are you willing to put all that on one player? I don't think they are. You expect them to take a discount? I don't. But do you? Do you guys expect Kyle Tucker to take a hometown discount and now he's playing with the Cubs? I wouldn't. Let me say that. Let me not say that. It all depends. If their signing me causes them to not be able to sign other people that can help us win, then I wouldn't do it. So if Kyle Tucker if he turns down $600 million and gets $575, is he going to be in the poverty line anytime soon? Nope. If he only gets $500 million, is he going to be in the poverty line anytime soon? Nope. Players want to reset the market. A lot of players. Other players say, give me what's fair. Other players say, hey, X amount of millions of dollars, I'm in. Just don't insult me with the offer. Give me fair market value of what my position and people with the same stats as or similar stats to mine are getting. And I'm good. Everyone doesn't have to reset the market. I mean, what are you going to do with $600 million that you can't do with $400 million? What's the difference at that point? I mean, your weekly checks are over $1 million. Your checks are over $1 million. They might be over $2 million. You get paid every week. So baseball's from April, May, June, July, August, 5.5, 6 months. 40 million, 50 million for 6 months. Come on, man. So I personally don't think Kyle Tucker is going to stay. I could be wrong. Maybe he does love this team. Maybe he does love the atmosphere. Maybe he does give the Cubs a hometown discount. I'm not betting on it, but I'll tell you what, that's a possibility. That is a possibility. Then again, I've never been in a position to be offered $600 million by multiple suitors. I've never been in that spot. Well, listen, we're going to take another break. On the other side of the break, talk a little football. All right? So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings. I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
It's a romance sport. What? It's a romance sport like that.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, no matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Everybody in a work zone is someone's somebody.
This is my mom. She works for KDOT.
This is my dad.
This is my mom.
This is my daddy.
This is my sister.
This is my daddy.
This is my son, Scott. He was killed while working in a highway work zone. When you drive through a work zone, drive like a life depends on it. Because it does.
Competition, I think, exists at all levels of our roster. That's going to bring out the best in all of our guys. Hard to say. Of course, there's certain battles that we've already highlighted that might take precedence over the course of camp, but I think everything's open and really excited to see where that leads. Really, the next 6 weeks is about us coming together because it takes time to build that trust. It's hard to earn, and it's really easy to lose that trust. And so really those next 6 weeks are huge. And there's a lot of excitement around the program, and I think rightfully so. There's a lot of talent on the roster. Looking forward to see what leaders come out of the locker room and really lead the charge here for us going into the fall.
Welcome back to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. Those are courtesy of the Chicago Bears. That is our man, Ben Johnson, and he's telling you it's going to take time. Now, people don't want to hear it. Understand. But I'm telling you, it's going to take time. Everybody's saying, well, Caleb looks bad. Caleb looks bad. Oh, another bad day. Did you expect Caleb to come in and master this offense? His third offense in 3 years? No issues, no hiccups? Is that what you expected? Because that's what a lot of media members expect. And they'll print things for shock value and they get clicks. But what can you expect? It's a new system, new language, new terminology, new understandings, new concepts. And I understand people say, well, you're a multimillionaire, but it still has to happen organically. And it's just going to take time. Now you see why I say I can't wait for the 26th season. My feet are here in 2025, but I understand what the situation is going to be. I said after week 10-ish, we should start. The light should go on. And there'll be a lot more formidable offense than the previous 10 weeks. This is the crazy part. All right, there's no one you can go to help. This is Shane Waldron's offense. And we talked about him being tough on the guys last week. Him getting in their face, him saying, get off the field because you got it wrong 3 times in a row. And people are upset. You scream for accountability. You have accountability, and now he's too mean. You know, people, there's I don't want to say right way, but a more effective way to coach, and this is it. Okay, the Caleb watch. He looked bad, and you're screaming as if like you're going about it like you're Chicken Little. The Bears do not play tomorrow. The Bears do not play next week. Or do they? I think they play. It's preseason. But you know what I mean. The regular season does not start next week. They don't need to be ready tomorrow. They don't need to be ready next week. They need to be ready week 1. And it's going to happen. The more Caleb is putting in the film work, the more every time they have practice, he gets better and better and better. It's that simple. I mean, if you're to cover 2, what's the big deal? It's so much easier. Defenses are so much farther along than offenses, especially when you're learning a new defense, a new system. Like, you know your responsibilities in a cover 2. You know your responsibilities in a cover 3. Now, there may be some nuances here and there, but you understand the basic premise of cover 2, cover 3, and man. You understand the premise. So you can play to that. You don't have to be taught that. Now, defensive linemen, do they want you to penetrate? Do they want you to two-gap? All right, they have techniques. They want you to rip and spin and push-pull. That could be a little time-consuming. But even at that point, you probably worked on those types of maneuvers since grammar school. Offense is where you've got to come together. Offense is where you got to gel. So stop talking about Caleb looks bad. Caleb looks bad. He went 0 for this, 0 for that. No one cares. This is the work in progress. This is the work in progress. So stop standing there and complaining about it and saying, woe is me, this team's going to suck. I'm not saying they're going to be the world beaters and Super Bowl champions, but they're not going to suck. You're learning a new offense, new system, new verbiage, new cadence, new everything. New everything. And here's the best part. Here's the best part. Junior says, like I said, a lot of people don't understand the process. No, they don't. No, they don't. You want things to happen and happen quickly, and it doesn't work that way. There's going to be a situation Cornelius said that's the media and Caleb haters. Real Bear fans know that it's a process. Yeah, I can go with that, but there's also real Bear fans who are still pissy about the fact that Caleb was, missed his first 5 passes. It is a process. And I'm telling you, it's one that if we're patient, it is going to bear fruits big time. It is going to bear fruit. See, here's what I'm feeling that Caleb Johnson. Ben Johnson wants Caleb to play in structure. And this is why all those people on other podcasts and shit like that were saying, oh, he can play in structure. He can play in structure. He never played in structure in college. His highlights were all out of structure. Yeah, of course he had a few passes. But playing in structure was not his forte. So when I said he needed to play in structure, people came at me. I'm like, all right, we'll see. We'll just watch him. He's having a tough time playing in structure. Apparently what Ben Johnson wants is, okay, I need you to play in structure, go through progressions, and when shit breaks down, then do what you do. Then do what you do. But if you can hit this check down and keep us ahead of the sticks, even if it's check down, you get 3 yards. It's 2nd and 7, not 2nd and 13. Big difference. So Caleb has to corral, like I was talking about with Ken Davis last Friday. Like Jim McMahon. Jim McMahon had to change. He couldn't throw the ball around all over the field like he did in college and set all types of NCAA records. Caleb's got to be under control. He's got to be a glorified game manager. He's got to be a glorified game manager. And when things break down, then you do the magic stuff that you do. But it's got to be in structure. This is why I don't get it. People didn't. When I said he didn't play well in structure, people show you 4 plays. Look at, he's in the pocket the whole 9. But every other highlight was him getting outside the pocket, stepping up, getting outside the pocket. So another podcast were telling you, and I was saying this, another podcast were telling you, oh, he can play in structure. And I was saying, no, he can't. But here's the biggest issue. They've got to unprogram all the bullshit that he learned last year. Which is which is taking the most time. Remember, this is why I'm telling you. This is why you must listen to people like me. Remember, I told you when you move up a level, the most important year of coaching from high school to college to the professional level, the most important year is your first year. You're screwed. You don't believe me? Ask Caleb. And Caleb didn't even have a bad year last year. He didn't have a bad year. Ask Justin. Ask Mitch. Now you got to go back and undo some of the dumb shit you did, or the bad things you've learned, the bad habits you learned. So that's what's taking that's what's taking the time. That's what's taking the time. You got to unlearn the poor habits that he developed because no one was really coaching him last year. No one held him accountable last year, so he did whatever he did, whatever he wanted to do. That's the issue. I believe that's what's taking it so long. Unlearning before you relearn some other shit. So you're going to have to be patient. We're going to have to be patient. There's going to be flashes. There will be flashes. You're like, all right, cool, we turn the corner. Nah, not quite. Because you have phenomenal athletes in Caleb, DJ, Rome, Colston Loveland, Komet. Because you have phenomenal athletes, they can make plays that can fool you into believing they understand it. They understand the system, that they're all playing on the same page. They're all in accord with each other. They're so physically gifted that there's plays they can make that'll have you fooled. What have I told you? Watch the short game. When they master that, slants, hitches, okay, curls, all those things. When they master those, now we're cooking with gas. Now we're cooking with gas. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. We got to chill. And we all wanted Caleb to throw for 87%, 4,500 yards, 39 touchdowns, 2 picks. We all want it. And we're all mad because, like, why isn't it happening now? Because you let the media hype you up. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. It's going to take time. Did you see Dan Orlovsky the other day? People went off on him on Twitter. He said it's going to take time for Caleb. He said it might take him 3 years. Jared Goff did not become Jared Goff his first year with Ben Johnson. It took him a couple of years. Now he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. It took him a couple of years. Now you see why I'm waiting for 26 season. I'll be more excited for the 26 season than I am for the 25 season. My feet are still going to be here, but I know what's coming. I know what's happening when you're going to go through the trials and tribulations. We're going to go through the mistakes. We're going to throw through the peaks and the valleys of learning a new offense. And you're going to make bad mistakes. You're going to get people saying, oh, fire him, bring Justin back. This guy sucks. But you stick to the process. And this kid is talented. You know I was Team Justin. You know I'm Team Justin. Love Justin. I think Justin should be here, but he's not. Caleb is. And Caleb is extremely talented. And I think we can get to where we want to go, the top of the mountain, with this young man and this head coach. So I'm saying I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass because I'm Team Justin. I'm saying what I'm saying about Caleb because I believe this kid is uberly talented, and once his potential is harnessed and corralled and used in the proper way, or in this specific offense, he's going to do phenomenal things. But you got to give him time. You got to. Part of it is sometimes Caleb gets in his own way because that's what he's been doing his whole career. Being Superman, doing everything himself, on the run, throws, off his back foot, throws. We got to break the habit. Ever break a horse? It's tough. That's tough. There's going to be times when Caleb infuriates us. But it's all part of the process. All of it is. It's all part of the process. Because Caleb's going to get to a point where, like, you know what? Maybe I should play in structure. Once he's able to realize that, play in structure, when shit breaks down, then I can go do what Caleb does. Like Shorty said, let Caleb be Caleb. Caleb be Caleb. Once it breaks down, I do what I do best. Ooh, watch out now. I'm excited. I'm excited because I want to see the defense do well. Now, they did well yesterday or the day before. They had an off day yesterday. The day before, the offense picked it up. They didn't look so bad. That's what you're going to get. Listen, if you add up a whole lot of 1%, I got 1% better. I got 1% better. I got 1% better. That adds quickly. And just because you got better doesn't mean you make mistakes. You didn't make mistakes. So they're going to make mistakes, but I'm telling you, this team is going to be fine. Ben Johnson is going to get this thing on the right track. Caleb is going to be one of those quarterbacks that we're happy to have. Some people are. I know Shorty is. But this is what we got. They clamor for this guy. We want Ben Johnson. We want OG Ben Johnson. Well, guess what? You got him. And with him comes his process. With him comes his offense. With him comes his impatience. But look, you're a professional. I need you to understand this. I'm going to give you the book. I need you to understand the concepts, and we're going to put it on the field tomorrow. End of story. It's a good time to be a Chicago Bear fan. I still think they can win a lot more games than people think. But are they gonna be like the Sox where they make mistakes because they're young? They're gonna make mistakes because they're not used to playing. The cohesion amongst teammates isn't there. Possible. Very possible. That's what the veterans are for. Keep everyone on keel. Chris Dahlman, Jonah Jackson, Matt Tooney. Hell, even on the other side of the ball, and you have Brady Jarrett. These are guys who are going to have to keep everything, keep an even keel. Understand and truly, truly, truly believe and trust the process. Because if you do, in no time, this team's going to get better. You can't just go to the NFC Championship game. There's got to be a trial and tribulation there. You have to go through the fire. This team hasn't gone through the fire yet because this team is new players from last year. Every year, each team is different. No two teams stays the same every year. No. So you got to go through the process and enjoy it. And let's not act all crazy and say trade him. He does suck. It's going to take time. When Dan Orlovsky and people got mad at him, it's interesting when people go off like that. They're going to attack Dan Orlovsky's credentials. What have you won? How many Super Bowls have you gone to? How many league MVPs do you have? How many 4,000-yard seasons do you have? It's easy to kill the messenger when you don't like the message, and that's from the Caleb cult. The Caleb cult has to understand, has to realize that it's not easy. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take time. But support this guy. Support the team. Having an offense run smoothly doesn't take Cornelius. Man, I wish Luther Burden changes his number from 8 because 87 makes him look slow, in my opinion. That's just because we don't see running backs in the 80s anymore. Everyone's a teen or single digit. He'll be fine as long as his hamstring's good. That was the issue, a hamstring with him. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take one more break. On the other side of the break, we're going to talk about some position battles. We're going to talk left tackle. We're going to talk running back. We're going to talk linebacker. All right, we got some position battles. I need your questions. When we come back, so don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
At a time when the news seems as subjective as the partisan politics dividing this country, independent professional journalism has become a resource people need to get the honest and accurate information for their lives. That's why I created gervondextersr.com. As a born and raised Chicagoan, I know this city better than anyone. So my investigative stories are all original, and they'll go deeper to expose the truth by using information obtained from public information databases and in-depth interviews with the movers and shakers. My future stories will introduce you to people and businesses who are changing the world, not just Chicago. My missing person stories will spotlight those who you don't hear about in the mainstream media who are often overlooked. If you want to hear my personal views on things around the world, check out my blog site, which is based off of factual information on my life experiences. There's also past episodes of my weekly sports podcast show, What's Up Cuz, that I host with my real-life cousin, Lance Urban. So if you're looking for all this information and more, check out jcoydenreports.com and follow me on Twitter at jcoyden.
Every day we take steps to keep the people we love safe, but some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
How's it going, everybody? Good. How are you, everybody? I'm wonderful. Let's get it going. Yeah. I mean, I've played, I think, 17 games now, and those are a little bit more strenuous. And I'm not going to say more important because practice is, probably equal, but, that goes on the record. So I've had some up and downs in games myself and team-wise. And so, I think all of last year was great for us and great for me. To be able to manage, these next 6 weeks. Everybody's excited, myself included, about, the infrastructure and, how everything's been set up. I know the DB coaches and things like that are great. D-line, everybody, on the other side of the ball that you don't get to speak to and really talk too much. I try my best to get to them, but, I feel great about that side. And obviously, my side of the ball, I feel awesome.
Welcome back to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. That's QB1, that's Caleb Williams, right? That video courtesy of the Chicago Bears. So he got back to camp. It's been a learning experience for him. And here's the thing. Here's what I want you to think of, okay? When you start a new job, okay, nothing comes easy at first, all right? Hell, just getting your onboarding, right? Who started a job and you got to go through HR, all the shit you got to do. And it's so tedious, isn't it? You got to fill out these forms. You got to fill out the insurance. You got to fill out set up the direct deposit for your checks. All that shit takes time and it's boring, isn't it? We've all done it. But once it's done, that shit runs smooth, doesn't it? That's where we're at now. We're in the beginning stages of this. And it's going to take time. Before I continue, Swag Shop's going to be open soon. I told you they're at a conference. They're working on it. We're going to get the link up. For those of you who saw the first shirt I had, FGB, we have this shirt now too. Hashtag Coaching Matters on the back. We have the logo. They'll come in the navy, and will come in the gray. Coaching Matters. Yes. Hashtag Coaching Matters. Along with the FGB shirt, that Rick's going to be the first one to order. Rick's going to be the first one to order that FGB shirt. I love it. I love it. We got hold on for 1 second. I think I showed you the cup, didn't I? The Yeti type cup, the cool tumbler. I think we did. Did I show you the tumbler last time? Someone put in the chat if I showed you. Did I show you the tumbler? Yes or no? It doesn't take that long to put yes if I showed you the tumbler last show on Friday. Because it's right over here. I have to. You know what the Yeti cups are? It's something similar to that you'll be able to order. Sure, give me 1 second. So I want to see. I don't want you guys to hear. Sorry, it was just to the left and I had to get it up. I didn't think you want to see me. So this is a tumbler. A Sports Zone Chicago on it. You'll be able to order it. All right. You've all seen it. Work on a whole bunch of other cool stuff. Whole bunch of other cool stuff, cool swag. All right. How many people smoke cigars? I mean, I know I got the smoke fellas, in their crew, but how many people have smoked a cigar and had like some whiskey or bourbon with it? We got something for you cigar smokers as well. I'm telling you, we have a lot of cool stuff. It's coming. A lot of cool stuff. I'm excited. All right, the shirts, the tumbler, got Sports Zone Chicago's logo on it. All right, some other cool things. My guy just texted me today. Oh, you're not a stogie, man? You don't smoke cigars, King Book of World? You should try. You should start. It's a very, very interesting culture. Very interesting culture. You got to come hang out, man. Come hang out with the smoke fellas. They have tons of events. They're hooked up with a whole bunch of different smoking clubs. All right, they're incorporated. They're an LLC. They're with like the Diva Leafs. I don't even know some of the other ones. I just barely remember the Diva Leafs. There's a whole bunch of different crews that get in and they smoke cigars all over the city and the suburbs. I'm going to have a cigar social coming up soon. So if you guys, I'd love for you guys to come on out and have a, have a cigar, have a drink with us. But yeah. We got a lot of cool stuff. Now, back to sounds like a plan. Homie and the Smoke Fellas ad on the channel is Barbecue Uncle. Clean in that chair, fam. Oh, man. It's a good time. I'm telling you, it's a good time. The one issue that we have now, and here's the thing, everyone's worried about, oh, well, Caleb this, Caleb that. We've talked about this. This is why it's imperative that you listen to me. And I need you to go on and regurgitate what I tell you to people who've lost their minds, people who think they know shit, but they don't. The thing about it is that they want Caleb. You want Caleb to rely on the run game. That's what you want. You want him to rely on the run game. Just look at how, not necessarily the plays, but look at how Detroit runs their offense. They ran it with him. They have the two-headed monster. All right, they signed David Montgomery in the offseason. They drafted Jahmyr Gibbs. Okay, so they're going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball. And then they're going to run the ball to the point where people are going to say, damn, they're coming downhill. And now all of a sudden, Caleb play actions. But the one thing we need, there's two-ish areas in that we got to focus on. One, who's a left tackle? The other day in camp, they had 3 sessions, and each one of the gentlemen, Braxton Jones, Ozzie Trapillo, and Kieran Amagaji had plays with the ones. I personally think it'll be Ozzie Trapillo. And the reason I say that is because I don't know how strong Braxton Jones is. I don't know how soon or how long he's been able to work out. Coming off an ankle injury. You cannot squat with an ankle injury. You cannot do plyometrics with an ankle injury. You cannot run with an ankle injury. So all that time in recovery, he lost strength. And we all know his biggest issue was the bull rush. Now, I'm not saying he didn't lift. Yeah, when he was able to, but think of how much time did he lose coming off that ankle injury? How much into the offseason workout did that ankle injury cut? The injury cut into that time. How much? We don't know. Ozzie Trapillo's been working out. Ozzie Trapillo's a little nasty. Ozzie Trapillo is a mammoth. Can he get out on the run like Braxton Jones? We're going to find out. They have the pads on today. But we're going to see over the next couple of weeks now, okay, what type of athlete Ozzie Trapillo is. We know how athletic Braxton Jones was, but if you can't get that, if you can't pass rush or pass block because that ankle, because you're not as strong as you should be because of the offseason rehabilitation of your ankle, then there's a problem. I think Kieran Amagaji is the odd man out. I think it'll be between Ozzie Trapillo and Braxton Jones. Braxton Jones gives us experience. Ozzie Trapillo gives us strength, youth, and hope. But listen, this is what great teams do. You draft replacements for your great players, and I'm not calling Braxton Jones great. I'm not. But what you do is you draft his replacement while he's still playing. Here, he happened to get hurt. So you're kind of forced to. But you draft his replacement. So if one, he prices out, you're willing to give him X amount of money and he wants more, you're comfortable letting him go because you drafted his replacement. Or two, if you're able to work with him, well, guess what? Now you have a youngster being tutored by your starter. And if your starter goes down, you'll feel 100% confident in the youngster going in. I really am looking forward to this battle. Big time. We're going to see. You know, in joint practices, we're going to see. In preseason games, we're going to see. Mind you, there's only 3 preseason games now. Probably game 2 is where they're going to get the most run as an offense. But who's going to take the starting job? That's what I want to know. I think it's Ozzie, personally. I won't be mad if it's Braxton Jones. Because if it's Braxton Jones, then guess what? Braxton Jones is strong enough to maintain at least at the same level as last year of a bull rush. He would have gotten stronger had he not been injured. But we're here now. If he can get back to the level of strength that he was at last year, then he'll probably win that job. But then, who's going to pay him? If Charles Leno got paid, you don't think someone's going to come after Braxton Jones? You're crazy than a mug. You're crazy than a mug if you don't think someone's going to come after Braxton Jones to find a quality left tackle. He's an above average left tackle. To find someone like that, teams are going to pay through the ass. They don't care. And he's not even a Pro Bowler. He is just someone solid that you can rely on. Very rarely hurt, if ever. I mean, it's a couple games, but very rarely hurt. So you have dependability. You have a guy who started for 4 years. That is going to be paid at a premium. So if he finds bigger cash somewhere else, God bless you, young man. God bless you. You live the American dream. You work the system. You got it. Not even a Pro Bowl. You didn't even sniff a Pro Bowl. But you sniffed that money. You sniffed your ass a new contract. And isn't that really what it's about if you're a player? Yes, you want to win, but you want to make sure that you and your family are financially set. And the second contract for him would set Braxton Jones' family. Now, everyone's talking about not just talking about that, they're talking about the running back room. I'm not concerned with the running back room. Watch in practice. Watch. You will see Kyle Monungai open some eyes, turn some heads. And everyone keeps saying that DeAndre Swift had a bad year last year. The guy ran for 950 yards with a shitty offensive line. And a lot of them were up the middle between the tackles. So when people say, oh, he had a bad year last year, no, he had a crappy offensive line. And damn near came out with 1,000 yards, and he missed a couple games, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me. This running back room is going to surprise a lot of people. A lot of people. This running back room is going to have a chip on its shoulder. It's going to have a devil in its ear, Eric Bieniemy. Eric Bieniemy is going to be on their shoulders. Be aggressive. Attack. So watch DeAndre Swift this year. Watch Calvin Nungai. Remember I told you coaching your first year at a new level is imperative. Calvin Nungai is going to get the best, one of the best, if not the best running back coach in the NFL. Watch that young man shine. We still haven't. Roschon Johnson, can he be unlocked by Ben Johnson? He's good. It's good catching passes, but can you pass pro? Because if you can pass pro, you can slip out. Set up the pass pro, chip, slip out, get the ball, boom. My issue with Roschon Johnson is he's running for contact. He's looking to run someone over. No, get your ass upfield. He's like helter-skelter when he's running. He's running sideways. You see him looking at, run your ass upfield. You still got Ian Wheeler. You got Travis Homer. Ian Wheeler. Ian Wheeler's the guy who tore his ACL last year in Hard Knocks. That dude is a burner. He might be able to make the team as a gunner on special teams. And who knows where he goes from there. I don't know if you guys remember Neil Anderson. Neil Anderson was a gunner. For 3 years, 2 years or 3 years, he sat behind Walter Payton. Special teams player extraordinaire until he got his chance, and then Neil Anderson went to work. These boys, if anything, they're going to be prepared because of Eric Bieniemy. This is what I'm telling you. Coaching matters. The staff that Ben Johnson has surrounded himself with is top-notch. Ben just said recently, I'm going to lean on the people I hired. Crazy idea. When you don't know what the hell you're doing, you rely on people who do know what's going on. Dennis Allen, 2 times as a former head coach, twice. He's going to rely on him. Eric Bieniemy, I got this offensive player concept in mind. What do you think? He's going to rely on him. Antoine Randall is going to rely on him. Al Harris, going to rely on him. If you're a smart person, you hire people smarter than you. And that's what Ben Johnson has done. He's hired very smart people with tons of experience, tons of respect around this league. So when he sees a situation for the first time as a head coach, he's going to be able to go to Dennis Allen and say, hey, help me out here. Dennis Allen, not having a spotlight on him, it's going to be very easy. We've all been in a situation where we can make a decision quickly when it doesn't affect us. When something's affecting someone else, we're like, oh man, you should do this, and this, because here's what's going to happen. You can see it clear as day. But when that spot, that interrogation light is on you, it's a little different feel. And this is where Ben has decided to hire people with experience to help him through those times. Cornelia says, Team Book of World, I like the depth on the O-line this year. So do I. There's a lot of battles on that O-line just to make the squad. just to make the squad. You still got Doug Kramer. There's still a couple other guys in here who are trying to make this squad. But this running back room, I am excited about it. I told you who I think Kyle Monangai is. Ashton Genty without the speed. That's who he is. Mark my words. And we saw he liked to pass pro. So when you put it all together, this run game is going to be the spearhead of all of it, of this entire offense. You know, they had this debate. It's been all on the internet. Cam Newton talking about he didn't have Jalen Hurts as a top 10 quarterback. Then they were going back and forth beefing. And then Ryan Clark got in it and whatever. I don't think Jalen Hurts is a top 10 quarterback either. However, I think he's talented. I think he's got a phenomenal team around. And that is what Ben Johnson is doing for Caleb. Now, Caleb might be more talented than Jalen Hurts. Okay? But it still doesn't negate the fact of what they need from you. What they need from you, Caleb, is to be the game manager the majority of the game until shit breaks down, and now you got to go do what Caleb does best. Don't just run to do what Caleb does best without being in structure first. Because if he nails that structure stuff, when that shit breaks down and he's out in the pocket and he does his thing, it's going to be incredible. Going to be incredible. He's just got to stay under control. That's the most important thing. Pre-snap reads are getting better. Now it's post-snap reads that have to improve. Do you guys remember that clip from Cam Newton? They're on the goal line, and I forgot who Carolina's playing. And the mic makes a call. The middle linebacker makes a call. And Cam's like, oh, okay, bet. I know what that call means. I watch film too. Watch this. He makes a call, throws a touchdown pass. King Booker World. That's what Ben Johnson's trying to do. King Booker World says Hurts has the perfect team around him to be good enough. Yes, but we're getting a quarterback that's not just good enough. A quarterback that can be really, really, really good. He can be great. And that's a question I asked before I went on my 2-week break. If Caleb throws for 2,900 yards and the Bears win the Super Bowl, King Booker World says, I ain't saying shit. And that's the whole thing. We want wins. I don't care about stats. Because if we're running the ball, taking the air out of the ball by running it, not going to have as many pass attempts. The pass attempts are going to be in chunks because of the receivers he has, because they're yak monsters. DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Luther Burden, Colston Loveland, even Cole Kmet is a yak monster sometimes. Remember I said he can go 14 of 24 for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns. Like, how did he get 350 yards and only 24 passes? 14 completions. Because you have yak monsters. You have yak monsters. Which is, again, why I insist on watch. If they get this short game down, It's over. The run game and the short game, the short passing game, it's a wrap. It's been a wrap one. It's about a line from Jay-Z. You don't know what the hell you're going to do. Linebackers are going to be screwed. They have to fill. They got to come down for the run. And Caleb, to this point, has not complained. He's talked about, I love the fact that he's coaching me hard. That's all he wants. He wants it, especially after the debacle last year, which I think he had a part in, but that's neither here nor there. He's got a good coach and a coach who's holding him accountable, and he wants to be held accountable. He saw that offense in Detroit. He saw it twice. He knows what they can do, and he probably feels, I'm better than Jared Goff. I can run an offense like that better. So let me shut my mouth, listen to this genius, and in a couple of years, we're going to have the number one offense in the NFL. And guess what? I won't be 29 but by that time. I'll be 26. I'll be 25 or 26 years old when I am the quarterback of the team with the best offense in the NFL. Team Booker Will said, apparently today he was killing them all underneath today. Well, if that's the case, then that's what I want. This is why I'm telling you. This is what needs to be done. Because once you start seeing people, you're going to see people start to cheat. You start hitting them slants, them quick hitches, them curls, them 5-yard outs. You start hitting those, and God forbid someone miss a tackle. Now that three and out, 5 and out turns into 15 because all you got is a safety now. You're gonna see people cheating, but it goes back to the basics. Run the ball. I have issues. I have questions about that left tackle spot. I don't have questions that I am not concerned about the running back room. Not concerned at all. It's going to be fine. I'm telling you, baby, it's going to be fine. Okay? Trust me when I tell you, it's going to be fine. It's not going to be pretty initially. It's going to be fine. Man, listen, 2 hours is come and gone. Man, thank you guys. I appreciate it. For hanging with me, for rocking with me later in the day today. I'll be back Wednesday at my normal time, 9 a.m. to 11 Central Time. Listen, I always tell you, let your loved ones know you love them because tomorrow is promised to no one. Make those dates. Breakfast, lunch, brunch, dinner, happy hour, drinks, whatever. Call your peoples. Make times, make memories. We got people in their 30s and 40s and some in their 50s or older. Many of us have a lot more days behind us than we do in front of us. So make sure we spend our time with the loved ones, the people that we care about, making more memories. Excuse me. Thank you, Theo, for a great show. All right, Jeremiah. Hey, guys, have a phenomenal day. We're not going to replay this at 6 because it's 5 o'clock. Well, I'll be back Wednesday. All right, I'll be back Wednesday. And I'll be rocking, I'll be rocking this bad boy on Wednesday, baby. So for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, guys, I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. You have a phenomenal day. Your boy is out.
Come on, raise the bass, get ready.